Hi, it's day 11 of 40 and still no potato has passed these lips. Susanne and I returned last night from 9 days in the Cape. 9 glorious, beautiful, restful days. I really managed to sort of switch off. We reconnected with 2 couples who we haven't seen since 2018. And it was as if we had never been apart. The idea of putting an out of office on my email, I don't know if that's a step in terms of being able to switch off and quieten the mind. But I know that as we got home last night, about half an hour before our 10 p.m. load shedding took place in Hillcrest here, that I'm now facing a full week. I'm facing a few days of catch up. The idea of being on holiday and almost not having responsibility, I'm now back assuming the mantle of head of the home, breadwinner, husband, all those responsibilities that I had left when we went away. We entrusted our home and our beautiful cat Mitzi to our domestic helper and Tombi, who did such an amazing job. Mitzi doesn't look any lighter than when we left, but the house is beautiful and clean. One of the passages this week comes from John chapter 2, and it tells of the story of Jesus going to chase those out of the temple forecourts and the temple who are abusing their positions of power and their positions in the church. He makes a whip out of rope and overturns tables from the money lenders and chases out the livestock. In the one verse 17, it says, "For zeal for your house consumes me." And this refers back to Psalm 69 verse 9. The whole verse says, "For zeal for your house consumes me, and the insults of those who insult you fall on my shoulders." I'm not quite sure how you would define an insult to God. Whether it's a careless thought, the idea that our lives are not worthy, because God created each and every one of us. God made us in His likeness. It's a challenge. The idea that I could simply give up potatoes for 40 days and be a new person. Well, every time we were out with these friends, we'd be often having a meal, and a waitress would walk past with a beautiful hamburger on it. If you know, that would be my staple diet. And there would be these luscious fried chips, slap chips. And each time I took the healthy option. But the idea that I could give up chips to simulate the sacrifice of 40 days is actually laughable. My whole life and everything I do and say each and every day should be a light that defines the fact that God made me. Yeah, it's a challenge, isn't it? So oftentimes when we get short-tempered or frustrated or impatient, we'll never be perfect. I'll certainly never be perfect. But it's certainly demanding more focus and more attention from me at this time. And I would love to carry this beyond the resurrections. I just pray that for each and every one of you, this Monday is the start of a glorious week. A week of realization that we all serve a living God and that He loves each and every one of us deeply. We ask this all in Jesus' very precious name. Amen.